And I just realized that America is the land of opportunities and Bangladesh is the land of possibilities. Any bloody thing is possible over here. No good deed goes unpunished. And if you're the big boss in the office in Bangladesh, you never say he's my colleague. You always say he was under me. He's my subordinate. And they always have this motion with their ass, you know. It's like he's like a big suited chicken. And he always says, I've got 25 people under me. And whenever he says this, I visualize a big hen. I'm not going to say rooster, but that's a rude word. So he's a big hen wearing a suit, and there are 25 eggs underneath him. And when those eggs all look up, the scene is not very pretty. When they give me the salary, you know, I said, well, that's a good salary, but I think my predecessor was from Norway, and he had a much better salary as far as I know. And they said, no, yeah, but you see there we have these two things called expat salary. Excuse me? What do you mean by that? I said, well, is he going to do something different? Going to give you a blowjob that I'm not going to give you? I said, no. I said, no, you see, you're a local guy, and this is an expat salary. I said, excuse me? I'll do the same job. He said, no, we have two salaries. I said, this is called bloody corporate apartheid. Yeah. I said, what? I said, well, excuse me, what do you mean? I said, well, this means like a same salary, you know, brown skin discount, white skin premium. I said, no, we got. I said, excuse me, look, I may look like a daisy, but I am a white inside. I am a coconut. Brown outside, white inside. And then HR looks at me, yes, sir, you are coconut, all right. You're white inside, and just like a coconut, you're hairy outside. Our family is kind of interesting. My dad is like 14 years older than my mom. My mom is like 20 years older than my sister. My sister's 11 months and 15 days older than I am. My parents just did not take whatever. Anyways, and then the third sibling was born 18 years later. Can you imagine? 18 years. We like stand to take a family portrait. You know, we think we look like the Beatles Abbey Road or something. And we look like Darwin's theory of evolution. We were having a dinner at our place. A lot of people, and this gentleman comes, and my daughter, 3-year-old daughter, she takes his smartphone, and then she flips through everything, and she starts a video. Exactly. Exactly. And this video was not even on the web, it was on his hard drive. And you know, man, what I'm talking about.
That's where they normally are.
Huh?
That's where they normally are.
Speaking from experience, I guess. And then she turns the volume all the way up, and it's like we have a bloody elephant in the room. Nobody's acknowledging. If you say don't do that, that means we're indirectly telling this 55-year-old guy, shame on you. And then it's like an elephant in the room, and everybody's trying to ignore what's going on. It's a really hot day today. Let's see if the dinner is ready or not. And she is mesmerized. Baba. Nangu bangu. Baba, diaper change. Dhaka Airport is a very interesting place when you travel. First of all, security check. This one guy's always sitting there the suitcase goes, puts a sticker on, done. What the hell is that, security? And then, when you're checking in, there's always this one guy on the, who's the airport manager or something, he's always walking on the conveyor belt. He's working out. Yeah, this is the last passenger. He's always doing a treadmill over there. And once you get in, Mr. Economist over there, he's in the business class. It's not even a seat, it's a bloody throne over there. Sitting in business class, champagne up, he's working on his laptop. Bangladeshi guy in the front, already drunk. And he's got his elbow sticking out. The stewardess comes and he scrapes his elbow. Oh! And then, as we proletariats, we walking through, Business class, hi. So I had this friend, she's Bangladeshi and the husband is half Finnish, and he looks like a European, but he speaks fluent Bangla. Whenever they fly Biman, he tells his wife, please do not speak in Bangla with me. I am guaranteed to get good service. And so you board Biman, and it's actually a pretty good service and not too bad. But the flight attendants always say, good morning, Captain! And Singapore Airlines, it's morning, Captain. But Singapore Airlines service is really good. Once I was traveling with my daughter, and she was 6 years old at the time, this father-daughter. So I was sitting there with my daughter and this beautiful flight attendant. Oh, hi, what a cute little daughter. Are you okay? Would you like some candy? Would you like some crayons? Would you like some breastfeeding? Very good service. And it's a Singapore Airlines good-looking flight attendants. Oh my good God. They just give you a dress, you better fit in, otherwise you don't have a job. That's how it is true. That's how it works. And in Bangladesh, Biman is a sari. You can always adjust it all your life. And Middle Eastern carriers, have you flown these Middle Eastern carriers?
Yes.
Good service after you connect from the hub, but from Dhaka to Middle East, the service is so bad. You also see the same from Karachi or from Chennai. Oh no, we are fine. We have Rajinikanth to take care of everything. The Dhaka to Jeddah flight, we're sitting in the aircraft, flight is delayed, for 1 hour, nobody's announcing anything, why the flight is delayed, when we're going to leave, nobody gives a rat's behind, And I'm sure there's this conversation going on in the flight deck, captain and first officer. Captain, are we going to announce that the flight is delayed? Captain said, are you crazy? They're bloody miscreants back there. They need to be grateful to Almighty Allah that we have upgraded them from cargo to economy. So plane takes off, we land in Jeddah. Anybody been to Saudi Arabia over here? You've been there? You've been there, Saudi Arabia? Very high-strung people. Middle East, some reason they're so high-strung. I think that is the reason God decided to send all the prophets to just one place. He didn't say, I'm going to send them to China. Have you ever heard a prophet came to China or a prophet came to, a prophet came to India, but mainly China or like South Africa. No, everybody's in the Middle East because that is where all the problem is, They're so bloody high-strung. We tell them,
Even Dubai.
like Saudi Arabia already, they've crossed their last year's record. They've beheaded 85 people. Saudi Arabia's beheaded 85 people, and here's the funniest part. They're now bidding to be the head of the United Nations Human Rights Commission. Have you ever heard that?
Yes.
It's just like Keith Richards being the head of a drug rehabilitation program. Anyway, so you get off at Jeddah Airport, everybody's so high strung. And then I asked him, excuse me, what did he just say? Oh, he just said, welcome to Saudi Arabia. And then, has anybody been to Makkah, the holy city of Makkah? You've been there. It's like a 45-minute drive from Jeddah to Makkah. Very nice road. And as you approach Makkah, there's a sign, ma'am, if you remember, that if you approach Makkah, it says straight Makkah, and there's an exit. It says non-Muslims. Saw that?
No.
Yeah, yes way, not no ways, yes way. So it's like Makkah and non-Muslims. So somebody said, okay, fine, I'm a non-Muslim. Okay, fine, I'm not Muslim, so I gotta take an exit. And the Saudi cops come. Bloody infidel. And then somebody says, okay, fine, I'm not a Muslim, so what? A Muslim can go to a temple or a synagogue or the Vatican. Why can't I go to Makkah? I want to check it out. We've got a shitty job in marketing us. Look, our chief marketing officer was Osama bin Laden. Can you imagine what kind of marketing we do? Anyway, so I want to check out what these people are like. I want to go check out Makkah. So he's going to drive straight. And then the cop pulls him over. The cop comes. Can I see your driver's license, your registration, and please recite the Quran? Anybody been to Saudi Arabia over here? And then once, my wife and I, we were there during the Hajj, and it's a great experience. And we actually boarded this bus. It's a public bus, and we're very crowded. During the Hajj, there are like millions of people there. It's a really crowded bus. So she barely gets to sit on the seat, and I'm like standing, and there are like three really, rather well-endowed Saudi women standing next to me. Okay, they're poor Saudis, not the rich ones. So, it's like really packed, and the bus is like kind of going on bumpy road, and then I kind of accidentally, touched the woman because the bus is like bumpy, and then she gets furious. And then again, I said, Maafi. And I'm like scared. If you're in Saudi Arabia, you get, serious. You can get like I could be the 86th guy getting beheaded. And then again, I'm there. Oh my God, Maafi. And then we hit this really big pothole. And I'm almost over her, and my cell phone falls to the floor. The floor of the bus. And then I bend over, barely able to bend over to get my phone. And I'm getting up, and everything is dark around me. And I thought that, I have come for the Hajj, and I have died. And then slowly, I realize I see this leg, there's something shimmering in the distance. And then slowly it gets clear. It's like a piece of cloth. It says 100% polyester made in China. So this Saudi woman, for the last 20 minutes, who has been threatening to behead me, now I'm inside her burqa. And I'm not making this up. My wife is there. If anybody knows my wife, you know my wife's Zara. Ask her tomorrow. She was right there. And this is during the Hajj. I'm not going to make this up. And I'm inside her burqa. And picture this. Just 3 days before that, I have shaved my head. Speaking of my wife, she's right here. I'm telling them about the Saudi Arabia incident, burqa. It's true? It's true story. She's right there. Okay. All right. Look at I got a hot wife. Look at that. Yeah, it's okay. I gotta spice it up. Yeah. So anyway, so just picture this. Picture this. Okay, concentrate, focus. Middle-aged man, look at me. Man, he's not going to throw his phone at me. I don't need a phone. I need to use the restroom right now. Anyway, let's come back to that. Picture, again, the scenario. I am inside the burqa of that lady who, for the last 20 minutes, has been threatening to behead me. You got that picture?
Yes.
Okay. 3 days prior to that, I had shaved my head. And so, given the rate of growth of facial hair, or rather cerebral hair, my hair is now like, it's stubble, it's not hair, it's like 2 millimeters long. Now, remember that burqa, that tag, it said made in China, 100% polyester. And it's made in China, no craps, and real polyester. So my head, with 2 millimeter long stubble, is stuck to the burqa like Velcro. You know Velcro? And those straps. And it's like hot in Saudi Arabia, and on top of that, I am inside a Saudi woman, her burqa, which is 100% polyester made in China. And my head is stuck like a glue, and I'm trying to get myself free from that situation. It's hot as hell in there. I'm like camels running around. It's hot as hell. And then I'm trying to free myself. I'm coming to this side, and she's also moving to this side. And I'm trying to go to this side, and she's also moving to this side. And then my wife looks at me, and all she sees is this big Saudi woman. There's a big ball over here going left to right, and somebody from inside, screaming. Have you seen that movie, The Fly? help me. That's all she can hear, a muffled, help me, help me. And then finally she comes to my rescue. She like yanks open the burqa. My hair almost got skinned alive. But I said, no, it's still better than getting beheaded. So I'm like finally free. Did you see that movie Gravity, Sandra Bullock? That last scene when she comes out of the water? Ah! That is exactly what I also did. Oh, fresh air! And the joy is only momentary. Now the realization, what she is going to do to me. So I'm like still kneeling down, almost like the beheading position. And I kind of look up slowly. And she looks at me. And then she just smiles. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. She was happy. Just really happy. Ask her, it's true story. Flight in Jeddah, service is really good. From Jeddah, from flying to Amsterdam, and service is good. Flight is on time. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Captain Abdullah bin Abdullah welcoming you aboard the Saudi Flight 109 from Jeddah to Amsterdam, the land of the hashish. At this time, we request passengers seated on the aisle seat to move to the window seat so that our competitor Etihad Airways, parked next to us, has the impression that this is a full flight. We are pleased to say that Al Saudia has the most good-looking flight attendants in the airline industry. Unfortunately, none of them are on this flight. And therefore, during takeoff, for the safety of your eyes, we are going to dim the cabin light. In the event of an emergency landing, we are going to assume the brace position where you place your hand behind your head between your legs, and kiss your ass goodbye. Once we are airborne, we are going to climb up to an initial altitude of 12,000 feet, and we are going to bank right in order to avoid the Syrian artillery and anti-aircraft missiles. We are then going to climb up to our cruising altitude of 42,000 feet. At that time, we are going to experience turbulence for exactly 12 minutes as I make out with my co-pilot. Sorry, am I speaking on you? Whenever I do this Middle Eastern accent, speak English in Middle Eastern accent, I tend to spit a lot. In fact, if you go to the flight deck of Saudi, you will see that the windshield wipers are all on the inside. This is a new phone. It doesn't not only vibrate, a little bit of liquid comes out. Are you alright, madam? She's never heard something like this, I do come from a good family, by the way. You two are from India, right? And she's from Pakistan. She just, opened, guys should have a flag meeting over there. Right?